How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with a little bit of Hop Butcher up in this piece in their form of Thematic Glow. Yeah, Thematic. Don't know what that means. It is a Citra and Rakau hopped double India Pale Ale. As per what Hop Butcher typically does, they have their tasting notes in the back here. Juicy mango, candied orange, and ripe stone fruit. Yeah. I like this bulb. I dig it. So, let's dive into it. Yeah. Just art. Just art's good art. I still have posters. I still have some of the posters from Hop Butcher sent me some OG Jetsa Hop Butcher art, and I really have to get that shit on my wall soon enough. So yeah, I'm digging on the label, and as far as the beer goes, that's soup. It's the best soup. Look at that thing. I stick a fork in that thing. It sits straight up. It's dense. It's thick. It's turbid. It's gigantic. And yeah. I'm kind of in the mood. What's the ABV? 7.5 it's got to be. Hop Butcher likes that ABV. And they're very good at that ABV. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. But, yeah, it looks dense, thick. It has just off-white colored head. It looks like a huge haze. Look at the nose. Big melon, big green component. This beer is... carry to 5, -8. Yeah, it's 12 days old. Melon, fruitiness, green, but green in a bright grassy kind of way. I think I might like this a little bit of butter vibe in there, maybe just a little bit. Could be me just prying at it. But it smells really effing good in a soft way, much softer than what 7.5% would bring you. And I don't hate it so much. I think it's going to be a little bit more explosive in the taste. Dive in. Cheers. Ooh. That's danger beer. That green grassy component is ever present. It's there. It's nice. It's eking towards like unkept lawn greeniness with a little bit of weed in there. But it is green. But it doesn't have that minty thing that I get in green grassiness every now and then. It really puts that green grassiness over the top. On the other end of things, very much melon. Cantaloupe. Very much cantaloupe. Very much a little bit of mango. And there's a citrus component, but it's not sharp. It's not citric acid level citrus. It's not pineapple, grapefruit, orange, or something. I just don't have the vocabulary to say. But it's nice. It's tasty. The mouthfeel is fucking beautiful. I wouldn't call it necessarily that uber over-the-top water nerdy thing. It's something a little bit heftier than that. It does have a density to it. Much more than what 7.5% typically brings. Even from breweries that know how to really nail down that mouthfeel. But I dig it. Not, and I can't stress this enough, in the most positive way, it's not sweet. In the grand scheme of things, lots of calories. Technically, it's sweet. The way the beer drinks, it just has this lack of sweetness in combination with this really nice dryness, which I think is a combination of yeast attenuation, fully attenuated beer, and then this the bittering kind of lending itself to that bitterness that just kind of almost makes it like, I don't want to say too not sweet enough, but I dig it. Every sip it's a little bit more drying, and it makes me want to go back for more. It's like a salty pretzel in a bar. You know, you eat them, makes you want to drink more. That's why they put pretzels in the bar, by the way. But then you want to eat more, but then you want to drink more. It's kind of that kind of thing going on in a very, very fun way. I like this. The only poopy thing I would talk about this beer is the ABV. It reminds me of a lot of stuff that Hop Butcher pulls off at the lower ABV levels, but it's given me such a great and fun and just epically just fantastic kind of mouthfeel, along with the other bits and pieces, that dryness going on and stuff like that. I'm not going to bitch and moan about ABV. I like this. I like this in a more adulty way. That's kind of how I would equate it, you know. You know when you're a kid and your parents eat candy, and it's usually candy you don't like as a kid? It's like Score Bar or some kind of, some kind of other adulty kind of candy. They don't really like that candy, but they just know as a kid, all you want is sugar and sweet, so they eat that shit because you're not going to steal it. It's kind of like my mom. I think she drank scotch because she knew none of the kids would steal the fucking scotch, because who the fuck wants to drink scotch when you're fucking 15, 16 trying to steal alcohol? You want vodka, you want rum, you don't want scotch. She was from Scotland. That's why she drank scotch. I'm just making fun of it. But it's kind of like that thing. This is like an adulty version of a hazy, in that it's giving you a lot of those hazy components. It's giving you that big juicy component, that melon, that little pseudo citrus thing that can't really hammer down. This really beautiful mouthfeel, aggressive bittering, aggressive hopping, but it's in a very light, sprightly, non-overly juicy type of greenness. So it's kind of like that thing. It's kind of an adulty dinner. It's not over the top. It's not in any form or fashion. It just delivers what you want, but in a very, meaningful and purposeful and non-juvenile manner. It's highbrow hazy. There you go. There's a new category. Uppity haze. There you go. Uppity haze. So let's talk about it. Is this one of the better hazy IPAs I've had as of late? I like it a lot. It's definitely eking up towards Mount Rushmore. I don't think I'd put it in there because, oddly enough, the thing that I make fun of, they might be my favorite. So when you can give me the epically new school juicy hazy, I do like them quite a bit. So this is worthy of being in there. It's just so much other beers. So many people produce so many, and I have so many, and you can't put them all in there. It's that kind of thing. Value and availability, I have no fucking idea. Chicago. Even though that doesn't even make sense, because I think they do drops now randomly. New York, New Jersey, all that kind of stuff. Almost everything I do from Hot Butcher, sans the stuff that I originally got at the beginning and when I started doing our reviews, all comes from Hot Butcher. So take that for what it's worth. But I know you can get them, because I see people drinking them that live in New Jersey, so they're getting them somehow, and I don't think it's trade. I think it's off shelf. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like New School Haze, but you think a lot of them are overly sweet, under attenuated, just sugar on sugar on sugar, crystalline sweet, and you think they get a little bit too one-directional, a little bit too sweet here, a little bit too kind of crazy fruity there, a little bit no bittering over here. You want a more balanced version of that hazy in an adulty, non-juvenile way. Like I said, this is probably going to be one of the better ones you have. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little hazy right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.